So this will be the battery installation on the 2011 GEM E6. We're going to do it in one take. You can fast forward, hit pause, whatever you need to, but I'm just going to do it in real time because I don't want to have to fast forward something past something you might want to see. So under the rear seat of this GEM car, under the very rear seat, you lift it out and you've got the seat bracket. My brackets were held in by Torx, 27 size Torx. So you pull that puppy out. And then I've got the 6 batteries set up in the way they're going to go into the car right here. So I've got the negative of the vehicle way out here. The positive of the vehicle way out here.
You're done fixing it now?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the far side. I'm going to put this first battery in right here and then slide it all the way back in. So first battery goes in. Way down there. So this battery will have its negative contacting the circuit breaker. So I'm going to slide battery number 1 back. I've already put in place the tie downs, which should hold the batteries in place. So this circuit breaker will then go to this negative terminal of that very first battery that I put in. So I got that there. I'm going to put in what I'll call battery number 2, this one right here. Battery number 2 is in. Up and over. There. Get these out of the way. Now I'm going to go for battery number 3. And I'm going to be aware that when I put in battery number 3, I'm going to have to lift this tie down so that I can access it with the nut that goes on it.
Your car is really having always something curing in the oven at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I'm going to prepare this rear tie down with this bracket and the nut that goes on top of it. So I'm going to lift up that tie down, rotate it till it feels like it's in place. Okay, put the tie down on top of it and then thread. A little hard to see, but I'll be doing that on the tie downs in the front and it'll be easier to see. But it's just too hard to do multi-camera stuff while you're actually working on a GEM car. I do not have a camera crew working for me. I have my own camera crew. All right, so there's that. Now we'll get battery number 3. As I lift them out of their place, I keep them in the proper orientation. just going to double check to make sure I did keep it in the proper orientation. Label, label, label. Yeah, so I'm going to lift 3 into the back end. Okay. Almost there. Wow, that rubber mat does make the batteries hard to move, but you need that for shock absorbing when you're driving down the road. Okay, so spread the bracket and rotate the nut down on the bracket. Okay, batteries for me 1, 2, and 3 are in. Now 4 will drop into this area, and I'll get the bracket and the nut for securing the battery. Here's the bracket and the nut. Set them right here, get them ready to go onto this guy. Hope you can see that. Here's that. And the nut. All right, set that there. And I'll bring in battery number 4. Keeping it in the same orientation as I set it up. And there, battery number 4 is in. And then I'll tighten it down. Once again, you can fast forward through this part because it's easier for me not to decide what to fast forward through for you. I should have lubed these threads up beforehand, but they're going in. And that is how that tie down works. So now I'm going to get battery number 5, keeping it in the same orientation, up and into the last space available. There. Make sure I can lift up the bolt. In fact, I think what I'll do is put the bracket on the bolt to help keep it out of the way before I drop in the battery. Now that bracket. Get the wires out. Okay, now 4 batteries in, here comes battery 5 for real. Up, down, in. Oh. Okay. And there, battery 5 is way back there. I'm going to try to tighten the bolt. It's kind of hard to see. Might even be nice to even take off the seat. Might get you a little more visibility back in there. But there's this guy. He's down. You gotta make sure the handles are all down. And the bracket. So now, the only thing I have in here is space for bracket 6. So I lift up this bracket. Actually, I'm gonna get the crossbar for it. Here's the crossbar for the tie down. Tie down slips into place right there. You'll lower the bracket onto it and then drop the nut onto it and just tighten that down a little bit. Okay, now I think that it's time to drop in battery number 6. So keeping the same orientation, up and in. And then turn the tie down sideways. And tighten it down. So I think the way it worked out was the battery installation took about 15 minutes, and it's fairly straightforward, but my secret is to keep the orientation of the batteries that you had when you set it up, double check it, and just set the battery straight in, and your battery installation, and not the hookup, but the actual installation will be less than 15 minutes in the GemCar, the E6 shuttle.